psychological sessions are not covered by the Japanese national insurance yet, although that is likely to change, hopefully, within the next few years. Depending on the person's income, we can offer subsidized care. So if you're making a lot of money, you'll have to pay, I'm afraid you have to pay the full rate.
Right.
But if you're on a low income, if you're a low income person, then it's the subsidized rate. We do a lot of work for the US military.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we do. A lot of our work in Okinawa and also Tokyo is with the US military.
Well, how do you do that? How does that work out?
Well, we get they can't cover everyone on base, and their insurance company refers the insurance holder to us.
Oh, so the insurance does cover this psychological help?
The US
The US
insurance.
military, okay.
Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if you have a similar insurance in Japan, which I don't believe, I'm not sure exactly what framework that exists in, that might cover it, but the Japanese national insurance or company insurance doesn't cover it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people come in and they see, well, how long? Well, it can be as long as they need it.
It can be, 3 months, 6 months, it could be a year.
2 years, right.
We had a backlog in Okinawa because of COVID, because of the lockdown, people not being able to get off the base at all. Quite a few, I think, mental issues.
And you're over both. You're over the one here in Tokyo and the one in Okinawa too.
Yes, okay. We have Tokyo
Okay.
clinicians who deal online with.
Right. But I'm saying you're in charge of both.
I'm in charge of the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah,
thing, right.
but I don't run the clinic. We have a clinical director, a very capable American guy called William Cleary, who has all the qualifications. I do not have these qualifications. The lifeline is run by Vicky Scorgi, who's Australian. She's been with TEL for 25 years. She's like the motherlode, the mothership,
Right.
and she has the qualifications necessary for that.
Right.
And operating on the lifeline, the lifeline is run by volunteers. They're not paid, but obviously we have to run it, and that costs money.
Okay.
The clinic funds that.
Right.
Right. And then last year, since I've come on board, we've grown outreach, which is building awareness, which is going to schools, organizations, embassies. We do a lot of embassy work. Both community services and corporate services. And from this year, we now have a guy called Mr. Cole Garrett, who handles the corporate services.
Okay.
And he will be going out to corporations to assess their mental health care needs. Resilience is growing, especially in companies. There's a growing demand for employee assistance programs, which our clinic can provide, and he's going to go out and sell this. It's something that will help fund TEL, pay for the employees. We are employees. I'm an employee.
Yes.
Pay for the lifeline, pay for the clinic. But the goal is to one is to grow mental health awareness, and two is to resolve mental healthcare issues.
Right. And I would imagine you would have a lot of kids from the international schools coming to TEL, because that used to be a big focal point when I was a teacher at the American school.
Right.
When the kids were, especially high schoolers,
Sure.
when they were, reaching puberty and starting to go through these different issues, and their parents may not know what to do because no one teaches us how to parent.
Right. A lot of it is to teach the teachers how to deal with these issues.
Right.
And there is some events that we've done with parents.
Right.
At the moment, we're looking at mental first aid training for people who are dealing with Ukrainian refugees. So we're doing a lot of that. Actually, there was one session for that. I didn't go to it. I've also been trained in the very basics of that, how to deal with a refugee as he or she, or they come off the plane, they're in
PTSD,
PTSD, all that
right,
sort
PTSD,
of thing.
right.
Just assessing what their immediate needs are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they come out from a war zone, they've landed in Japan, they don't know where they are.
Okay.
We do have Ukrainian and Russian speakers and volunteers.
So they have to
do
be
this.
trained.
They have to be trained.
Right.
Mental health first aid is still a very sort of rather
Right.
young subject in this country.